If you're someone who feels overwhelmed by the atrocities in society, global affairs, or just our intercultural communities in general, then this video is for you. Because we're going to talk about how the feeling of being in a third dimensional prison is actually something that we have way more power over than we're thought to think as a collective. But before we get too deep into it, welcome to Sundays with Saaja, where we talk all things metaphysics as it relates to the narcissistic spell on your nervous system. And if you're new to this channel or you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Share this video with your tribe. But whatever you do, make sure you click the notification bell as well so you can never miss another Sundays with Saaja vibe. A lot of people, they enter spirituality with this God complex that as long as I'm all love and light, then I have everything that I need. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's actually an ideal place to make your baseline while you're on the spiritual journey or your journey to awaken even. But the thing about it is that it has its limitations because those very same people often look at the government, corporate America, and other systems that we like to think are set up to be against us. And they think of it as oppressors. They think of it as something that we'll never have control over because the people don't have the power. We don't have the seats. We don't have the authority to do so. We can't make any real moves because they want us to all be enslaved. They want us to all work for their greater being and live a part of their dream. But the reality is that the hardships or the challenges that we're all experiencing are based on the frequency within our nervous systems. And what I mean by that is that the more that we focus on any given narrative, the more that we place blame or give credit to someone else for the hardships that we've experienced, the more that we give our power to it, and the less power that we have to tap into our creative frequency, to be creative in our being. And so, us creating a new world for ourselves has nothing to do with what spells people are placing on the third dimension, what resistance that there is that people around us are experiencing. And that's not to say don't extend compassion and don't try to create a system or get your voice out there so that we can fix what's broken so people can live better. But you have to understand that focusing on the oppressor leads to you being the oppressor to yourself because you're collapsing yourself into a narrative that at your core has nothing to do with you because you're a sovereign being and you acknowledge that. That's why you're on a spiritual journey. But when you stop moving to focus on a single part of the whole bigger picture, then you slow yourself down and your manifestations start feeding into it instead. So then you get caught up in the money problems, you get caught up in the relationship patterns, you get caught up in the things that create this heaviness in your nervous system, that keep your mind looping, that keep you having limiting beliefs that are detrimental to your environment and therefore your biofield. So you keep reinforcing it every single day, and that's just become your lifestyle. And it doesn't just go away through meditation, breath work, stretching out your fascia or any of that. It keeps happening, and it happens to a varying degree, and it just grows in intensity. And that's exactly what we're seeing as a people, as a collective in society. Because every single years, every 4 years, every 2 years, however you want to measure it, there's something new that gets installed into the third dimensional program. And then we become affected by it. If it's not a pandemic, it's a money, it's inflation. Or if it's not inflation, it's something with warfare over there, or everybody's going crazy on the internet even. And so the reason why that is happening, because the intensity that it brings us tells us how much focus we're doing and placing our power in the wrong direction. So now it's time to call all that energy back. And that doesn't mean don't, again, extend that compassion, but it means redirect your focus so that we can create a foundation over here that we can build upon. And once that tower gets so tall, it overshadows the things that they got going on trying to keep the collective in prison. Because the love frequency, the things that we do to heal the people, to heal the earth, is way more powerful than anything that they can project onto us from darkness. I want you to understand this. Look at scary movies. Look at Stranger Things. Look at Welcome to Derry, It on HBO, anything. It is always the love frequency. It's always love that saves people from the atrocities that they're experiencing. And that's why they're dumping all of these things onto our nervous system, because they're trying to throw us off key in a sense. So when we lose harmony, when we fail to harmonize with the heart chakra resonance, because the heart is the most powerful engine in the body, and that's what projects our biofield, and that biofield is the movie that we all live in. When it removes us from that, then it can continue to install its program. And then that love that we have for the world, that love that we have for ourselves, our own life, and the passions that we bring to the table, or our spiritual purpose and the reason why we're even here, all of that gets dwindled. And then we wound up on the same frequency as what psychology calls the narcissist. And that narcissist, it feeds on light by usurping it from you. It finds a way to exchange the hollowness and the emptiness that it is and make that emptiness become you. But again, you have the power to kick it the hell out of this dimension. And here's how we can do that. Because we know that these things are going to keep coming into our atmosphere. Because the phones are connected to our subconscious. The things that show up on our timeline is intended to trigger us. But we have to focus on healing. We have to focus on creating a new narrative. And that's exactly what we do. Anytime there's something that goes on out there, especially when it comes to warfare, we know that it's about a war that's going on internally and how we're internally functioning. So what atrocities are you dealing with within that's keeping you from being authentic in your being? What's the excuse? What's the limited belief that you keep placing on the thing that you know you need to do in order to tap into your destiny? Are you telling yourself that because of the state of society, because of racism, because of inflation, then I can't do X, Y, Z? Then that makes you your own suppressor. That makes you your own oppressor, for that matter. Because as soon as you focus your attention on the thing that you want, as soon as you focus on making the little tweaks in your life to act as if you already have those things, the more you feed that into your reality. The same way that the oppressor sustains itself by feeding us things that trigger us and make us pay attention and therefore manifest that as well. I'm telling you to ignore the headlines and the things that are happening. I'm telling you not to acknowledge that, yes, these things are causing people real pain, but learn how to budget your energy. And that's how you protect yourself so that you can start manifesting. Because everything that shows up on your timeline, I need you to use that trigger as fuel to take you that much further towards your destination. As soon as Donald Trump says something, as soon as you see some atrocity, something that's tearing up the environment, as soon as you see the greed from these corporations manifest, that needs to be your decision maker in that moment. That needs to be the thing that tells you this is what I'm going to execute on today, because doing these little things is planting seeds in a garden that's going to feed society for generations going forward. And it's going to starve that narcissist, because we have to shift ourselves from consuming and absorption into solely becoming the observer, just observing it, collecting that data, and then using that data to allow us to make better decisions. And we need to do this not only as a collective, y'all, but the reason why a lot of us stay in these lower vibrations is because the biggest decisions we need to be making are right in front of us in our relationships. Not just the people that we vote into power, the people that we give the power to love us or tell us what love even is. Because that love and the decision to be in those unhealthy relationships, not even speaking on politics, that's a whole nother relationship in and of itself. Your workplace is a whole other relationship. The relationship that you have when you're nowhere else but at home with you. Does that relationship with yourself, with your partner, with the people in your immediate environment that you call friends or family, does that reflect the state of the world to a microcosmic individual degree? Because everything that's happening out there is also happening internally. So I want us to start collecting those receipts and using that to align us with those experiences that are most fulfilling. Use those triggers and alchemize it into creativity in order for you to take back the power of getting the life that you want. Because at some point, you won't even feel the effects of inflation. You won't even feel the effects of any pandemics or anything that they put in the atmosphere, because your biofield will be so reinforced through a nervous system that's allowed to flow without any external distortion. And that is the journey that we work towards in the Matriarch Circle. Because a lot of us, it's not about being able to intellectualize, take those deep dives, or theorize the conspiracies of the world and tell us the occult or esotericism of what's really going on at the core. But for a lot of us, it's about finding an environment that allows us to become the best version of us, to take back control of the narrative. When you're ready to break away from the idea that there's anything outside of you creating resistance, then the Matriarch Circle is that safe space that will allow you to thrive in that very way. So as always, I invite you to join the community. The link is in the description. But I must say, if this video resonated with you at all, share your thoughts in the comments. Peace, love, wellness, and divine knowledge, y'all. Until next time, peace.
Sundays with Saaja is brought to you by Ray of Saaja. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, and become a subscriber. For courses, books, community, private sessions, or to invite me to speak, visit rayofsaaja.com and connect with me on my other platform. And above all, live well and stay young.